Alright, I'm here at a job site in Corona del Mar. All the plants that are going have been ripped out. Concrete has been jackhammered. The only problem is the access way to the back, which is here. They can't get a wheelbarrow through because it's not enough room. So the contractor's crew have to physically carry all of this concrete by hand outside. Yep. Hey, this is Rama from Creation Landscape Designs on the Infinite Landscapes blog. I'm at a project that I designed in Corona del Mar that's installed by Los Gatos Landscape. Hopefully you can hear me through the mask. So I wanted to give you a tour of the project and give you some behind the scenes. But before I do that, I make videos about drought-tolerant plants, California native plants, sustainable installs, and anything and everything in between. So if you'd like to get more of that content in your feed, then hit the red subscribe button. I'm also a residential landscape designer, so I'll have info to my business website in the description of the video. So let me turn this camera around. Okay, so now all the concrete's been removed. Digging a trench for the gas line. These walls are going to be stuccoed. Right now they're just cleaning it. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me. All the poured in place concrete has dried. In between there will be gravel. This is the bench that is almost finished. There's a ton of rebar in here that's going to hold up the concrete. The wall is being stuccoed. It's kind of a beige color that matches the house. In between here there'll be gravel eventually, and then eventually planting and irrigation and lighting and whatnot. And then that fence, if I'm not mistaken, is the fence that's going to cover this unit. This project is coming along nicely. So this area is all HOA property, so we can't do anything to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so now they're finishing the top of this, making it slightly rounded, which will look really nice and pretty. Coming off! Look at that! Oh yeah! That is some bench! Okay, so this is the gate where you walk in through the back from the side. These pavers were existing. We reused them here and just put pea gravel. Just super simple. We didn't want to plant out here because it's not going to be heavily used. The homeowners just bought this grill, so this area is going to be the grill area. All the paving is poured in place natural gray concrete with kind of a bluish reddish toned with some grays, gravel in between. And then what the contractor did, which I really like, is there's steel that separates the gravel from the mulch, which looks really nice and polished and finished. This tree is existing. So the plants are Hesperaloe parviflora red yucca, which has red flowers. Calilophus hartwigii, which has yellow flowers that becomes burnt orange when it's all done. Some existing pots that will be planted eventually. The foxtail agaves, Agave attenuata, were existing. We just reused them. This is, I want to say it's coral autumn sage, kind of pinkish coral color. Goodwin Creek lavender, which will do nicely here. This was existing that we planted here. It just adds a nice decorative sculpture to the wall. Built the raised bed, which currently has some strawberries, carrots, kale, spinach. I can't remember the name of this dwarf lemon, but there's one existing far in the distance here, so we matched it here. This is Peter Pan agapanthus, which is kind of a dwarf agapanthus because the slope that is HOA maintained is just covered in agapanthus. So we brought some of that in. The furniture was existing, which works out perfectly here. This concrete seat bench was built in place. Oh, it's so gorgeous. And then the homeowners bought this prefab fire pit. It's a gas fire pit. And apparently it took 5 crewmen to get it from point A to point B. It is heavy, and I think it was a couple grand in cost. And then back here we have more sundrops, lavender, autumn sage, agapanthus. And then all the white pots here will also be planted eventually. And then this, which is a redwood fence that was painted white, is actually hiding the AC unit. So there's still room for accessibility, but you don't see it, which is super cool. And then also behind here we put some hot lip sage, because the idea is that the hot lip sage, which will get 4 feet tall, will be just tall enough that you'll see it when you're sitting at this bench, but more importantly, if it's windy, you'll smell it. And that'll be a really nice sage aroma. Now, this fire pit originally came with lava rock, but the homeowners opted for the blue instead, which I like. But yeah, this is looking really nice.